Hi, so this is an introduction video that I'm making for the thetahealing.com website. And in this video, I want to share my journey as a theta healer and a theta healing instructor. So I'm Nisha Singla. I am based in Delhi, India. So my theta healing journey started in 2000 and end of 2010 when Vayana came to India for a soulmate day, and she came with her team of people and theta healers, and I just felt pulled towards that information. And before that, I used to do Reiki and I used to do hypnotherapy, past life regressions as well. But then I was just called to do to attend that program. It was only for one day and an in-person program, but then I was called and I just went there. I was standing at the door of the room where the class was supposed to happen. I just felt something different. Like, I felt that there is something different with these people who are already in the room, and I could feel the energy, which the energy from which they were functioning, and the energy that I held at that point. And I was like, there is something, some vibration that they are holding, and I don't have that. I don't know that information. I just want to know what it is. I want to know what this information is, what this feeling is, and I want to do it. And after attending the Soulmate Day with Vayana, I was so magnetically pulled into theta healing that I was like, I just have to learn it. And so lucky that I found my teacher in that group itself, like the group she came with. And I approached him to teach us, and I had some friends with me, and I organized everything, and we did we were, I think, 7 of us, and we did a basic advanced manifesting class simultaneously, and I became a theta healer. Isn't that fun? So since then I started with a new way of doing energy work, energy healing work. And when I was doing the belief work initially, obviously it was painful and it was difficult and it was chaotic and so many triggers, so many layers, so much was happening. And despite of having an okay childhood, it was not like that I had too much of abusive childhood. Like I think every other parents, my parents were also strict and rigid a lot. My mother passed away when I was 15, and initially, even when she was there, I was not very comfortable with her towards me. Like, we were not in a very happy, healthy mother-daughter relationship, and she used to scold me for studies and all. All I remember after death was that she was abusive, and I closed myself towards her. But then after doing a lot of healing work and a lot of understandings, I realized that it was my lessons and it was my journey, and it was not related to her. And it took a while, but then it happened. It just cleared up. I have cleared up my connections with my mother and father now, so it's all good. But what I realized with theta healing was that when I was doing belief work initially, it was a non-stop process for me. It was I was just connecting daily, meditating daily, and I was doing so much of belief work, and I worked on myself. I healed myself. I would rarely ask for help from anyone else, because at that point I didn't even knew many people who were into theta healing. But then I worked on myself. And I worked and I worked and I worked onto different layers of my beliefs and my programs, and I shifted them. And as I was doing that, I would sit into hours of meditation into that seventh plane, and I would see that different information would show up, different concepts would show up into my space, different understandings and awarenesses would show up into my space from the Creator, while doing those meditations. And I would apply them, I would use them, I would move forward, then the next layer, and then the next layer, and then the next layer. And it felt like it was an ongoing journey, and it would never end. And at times it was very, very exhausting as well, because once you shift a major layer, it's very exhausting. But as I progressed into theta healing, I realized that those 4 years, from 2008 till 2013, I worked a lot on myself. Initially, I was working through hypnotherapy and past life regression, but after 2010, I started working on myself with theta healing. And within like almost a year or two, I became an instructor as well with Vienna. So when I was working on myself, I realized that it's like going to be a never-ending process. But then it, of course, I do believe it now also, but it's not chaotic now. It's very, very peaceful. It has changed. Like the space is clear, the thoughts are clear, the mind is clear. What I want to say is, like, if you are new to theta healing, if you don't know where to begin your journey as an energy worker, or like if you want to work on yourself, if you are looking for something like a like a proper process of healing, then I would say theta healing has helped me a lot. I like highly recommend theta healing to people, because this is something where we work on multiple levels. We are not just plucking energy one by one. We are changing your beliefs, like layers of belief, the stacks of belief, in a massive manner. And we are changing it not just at your current life experience, we are changing it at your past lives, your genetics, your soul, different levels and different experiences. And we can heal so much in like one sitting. If I'm sitting for 1 hour, we can do so much of work in that 1 hour, which might take, like, let's say 5 years of your time. We can clear it in 1 hour. That's the intensity, that's the level of work which we can do in theta healing. So for me, it was more of my internal journey, my inner growth, and my spiritual awakening that happened with theta healing. For different people, it's different outcomes. It's like, for people, like a lot of times they manifest, they want to change their lives, they want to manifest things, and they want to work on themselves because they want to manifest things and they want to have things in their life. For me, it was like more than having things, it was more of where my spiritual awakening level is, where am I in my soul's evolution. So for me, it was more of knowing myself in the process, and I thoroughly enjoyed that journey. No matter how painful it was, no matter how chaotic it was, no matter how difficult it was, I just enjoyed every bit of it. Because even after the pain, when the healing happens, it was like magnificent. And when the understandings, when the lessons, when the learnings show up, it's like you're just amazed at what you were doing with yourself. You're just amazed at, oh, this was so small and I just made it like a mountain, and I couldn't deal with it. So if you're watching this video and if you are inspired by my energies, my voice, then I would invite you to attend my classes and learn theta healing, not just for yourself but for other people as well, because I think it's a blessing to be a theta healer. It's just exactly, I mean, it's just a blessing to be a theta healer and do healings from that seventh plane energy, because once you find that connection with that source energy, you are never alone. You are so protected by that light, and you are so safe, and you are so much in that higher vibration all the time, that you understand how to detach from your problems, how to detach from your pain, how to detach from your sufferings as well. So I hope this story, this information inspires you to choose theta healing and to learn classes from me. So I'm Nisha Singla. I am a certified theta healing instructor and hope to see you soon in my classes.